Skinny, we're live.
Oh,
Shucks. Oh, hello guys. Welcome to today's midday update. I am Gabriel Kassam.
and Skinny White, we back again, and hope you guys are doing well.
Awesome stuff. So first things first, as we said, welcome guys. Hope you guys are enjoying the hackathon so far. But without further ado, we would just like to once again thank our golden TADHack sponsors. So that's Huawei Cloud, Contactable, Tata Consulting Services, and CSG. So special thanks to our sponsors once again.
Awesome.
So, yesterday we hosted a meme challenge. So, Skinny, how did that go?
It went well, and we saw a couple of funny memes there, and some of them were actually personal through the code, and it really hit there. So yeah, it was quite good.
Sweet. And without further ado, we're just going to share a couple of these memes with you. So once again, if you guys do have some memes, use the hashtag TADHackZA and hashtag TADHack meme challenge. So yeah, so if you look at those hashtags on Twitter, you guys may be able to see some of these memes. We had quite a few cool ones coming from all sorts of geeks within the community. So do check that out on Twitter. So I'll just briefly scroll through some of these memes. And as you can see, we have some really funny ones. So yeah, guys, I do encourage you to take a look at some of these memes. And if you come up with your own, please share, please create. Cool. And yeah, today we'll also be announcing who the winner of the meme challenge is. But yeah, I'm sure you guys may agree with us that the winner does deserve the spot prize. So these are the memes. These are some of the funnier memes. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please screenshot your favorite meme and share on the networking channel in the comments. And yeah, let us know which meme is your favorite. So without further ado, Skinny, who is our winner?
Our winner, can we get drum rolls? Our winner is Skinny. Just kidding. So our winner is Naomi Bisimwa.
Awesome.
Congratulations. Your memes were the best last night, and we thank you for sharing the memes and all the participants who shared their memes and all that. Cool.
Yeah.
Gabriel, what's the prize?
Yeah, so Naomi has scored herself a 500 Rand voucher. So we will be in touch, Naomi. Do go into Slack and keep an eye out.
Hey, we live to share. Eh? When you get that 500 voucher, don't forget us. Eh?
Yeah, awesome. So today we have quite a cool session coming up. We'll be interviewing some of the local geeks in the community, some past hackathon attenders, some past winners. And we hope that you guys gather some valuable insights from this.
Are you ready to interview them?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So up first we have Kutlwano. So how are you doing, Kutlwano?
So actually, before we go to Kutlwano, we're gonna have a short break. Then Kutlwano will be interviewed by me and Gabriel, and we'll learn more about Kutlwano.
Introducing MTN Momo when you need
10 Rand airtime.
But first you must negotiate.
12 Rand.
Yes, my friend, but make it 11.50.
12 Rand. Take it or leave it.
But 11.50 is a good price, no?
Hey, stop your game.
Aye, man, come on.
No, customer. Uzoba ne headache. Just Momo it. Dial star 120 star 151 hash to get the airtime you pay for. Ava.
Great stuff.
Hi Kutlwano, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself, guys?
I'm good. How's Northwest?
Just cool.
Khwafisa kara.
Yeah, tough.
Ka bona ka bone. A apara DJs o tshwana le rena.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So Gabriel, this is Kutlano, and you can start with
Awesome.
him.
Yeah, before we do, Kutlano, can we just have a quick brief introduction as to who you are? Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Kutlwano Chadiwa. I'm 15 years of age from Madikwe, a school at Gabone High School. I do Django programming and Python. I do C# programming as well as Xamarin coding. I am also into penetration testing with Kali Linux.
Wait, did you say you're 15?
Yes, I'm 50.
And you are you still in high school?
Yes, I am. I'm doing grade 10.
Oh, okay. Grade 10. Wait, did you do homework?
Of course. Yes, I
Hey,
did.
that laugh, ne? I see
But
you,
but
eh?
but but good thing because I'm not going to school on Monday. So even if I didn't do it, it's still okay.
Ah, no. You see, we're gonna have rules for TEDHack next year. No homework, no hackathon, eh?
Yeah,
Oh,
noted.
awesome. So is this your first hackathon?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And how are you liking it?
MTN TEDx is very cool and great. I'm really enjoying it so far.
Okay. Yeah. Enjoying so far. So,
And
as a high scholar, would you encourage other students to attend hackathons too?
yes, I would encourage them to enter to attend hackathons as they will be gaining more experience and learning more things such as new APIs, the Iowa API, for instance, MTN Momo API, and etc.
Oh, awesome. Gabriel?
Yeah, no, that's very interesting. So tell me, so being young doesn't really affect your ability to attend these hackathons, is that correct?
Please repeat your question.
No, I'm saying, has it been difficult for you, being in school and attending hackathons?
Yes. No,
Okay,
it hasn't been. I'm very good at balancing between school and programming, basically.
awesome. So can you tell us a bit more about, the other challenges you've been involved in, um, and what your experience was like?
Okay, last year around August till September, I attended the ESCOM Expo for young scientists from the district level to the international science fair to ISF, in fact, national. And then I got a highly recommended award there. And then in in other regions like the district level, I got a bronze and gold medal. So I wasn't expecting to win last year. I was just joining to see how things work, so I can come prepared next time.
Great.
Awesome. I have also a few questions now. So, I've noticed that you started programming on your mobile device, and you
Yes,
didn't
I
have
did.
a laptop. So, and I also didn't have a laptop when I started programming, and okay, I actually didn't use a phone to code actually, but I was using a phone to actually study and write code on paper. And when I have a chance to find a laptop or a computer, I'll just test those code that I wrote on paper. But from your side, you managed to code on a phone and learn everything on your phone. How was that experience, and how was it different from now, since you have a laptop now and all that?
It was very hard learning from a mobile device, especially since it was an old cell phone. It was around Android 6.0, if I'm not mistaken, and the project would take on forever in order to build. I was using applications such as APK Builder, using Java and XML, as well as Anacode and AIDE. I don't think it's different from now because I'm using a 2 gig RAM machine, a Mesa Z140C. Even with MTN TADHack, I've been struggling a lot. My friend and I ended up going to his other friends, borrowing a 4 gig RAM machine so we can run Visual Studio 2019 on it. So it's still challenging for me, honestly speaking.
Oh, okay. So I actually feel that you went through the process of wanting to learn and all that, but since now you used your mobile device,
Yes.
we know that especially us boys and other few females and all that, but mostly it's us boys. We always thinking about games and other stuff on the phone, but you just went straight to coding. You're like, let me just go straight to coding. So what would you advise someone younger than you who don't have a laptop or computer and don't have any other skills, but they have a smartphone and they can use that smartphone actually to learn? How would you advise them? You know.
It's pretty much easy when you've got a cell phone, as you can access the internet and get free knowledge there, get free content, information, and stuff. So I will advise a person trying to learn to code to go to the internet because sometimes asking questions on forums or Facebook or programming Facebook groups, like they don't treat you well. Basically, they they are not very good.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Oh, great! It was excellent talking to you. And just to wrap up very quickly, in one sentence, what advice can you give to the first time hackers, those who also may be coding from their phones? What advice can you give them?
To never give up and always to never give up and try to make use of the thing that they currently have instead of waiting for ages to get something they could work on.
You enjoy the hackathon, and yeah, we're looking forward to see your solution and your presentation, man. Thank you and all the best.
Sure.
Awesome stuff. And with that, we were just going to take a quick break. Our next participant will be George Links, so stay tuned.
Introducing MTN Momo when you want to keep your money safe. But then, no, malume. Hlukana nama-cash deposits phansi komatrasi. Just momo it. Star 120 star 151 hash ufake i-cash yakho efonini.
Yellow, we are back and we have George Links.
Hello everyone, how are you?
Good. And you, George?
I'm okay.
Awesome.
Just a little bit tired.
Oh, hi. How was speaking of that, what was your night like?
I haven't slept and we started later in the evening, around 10. I started around 10. By 12, two of my team members, they had already slept.
I see.
So I've been up since in the morning. So I took a cold shower. So just
Cold shower. Eh?
cold shower.
Oh, awesome. That always works.
It works.
You know, when you said by 12, I thought you were going to say we were already done. I was like, hey, it was fast.
No,
Awesome.
not really. I have a tendency of when I come to hackathons, I don't do small projects. I do bigger projects. Sometimes it works
Sometimes
for
it
me, sometimes it works against me. That's what I've learned so far. So I don't do small projects. So
So I don't know if you saw a session where Skin and I spoke about our nicknames and where they came from.
Oh, okay.
So is it fair if we call you George?
No. I have a username, not a nickname. A username. Nickname is for toddlers. A nickname. The username that I use is Zero Cool Crash Override. If you have watched the 1995 movie Hackers, it comes from there. So I used to watch. I grew up watching that movie. So that's when I started knowing about coding and stuff. Yes, from 1995. So I'm slowly giving you my age.
Hey. And
Awesome. So you're a full stack developer.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about the tech stack that you use, perhaps how you got into it and why.
Oh, okay. Well, I come from a school background, right? So I tried CS, computer science, but it was more mathematics, right, and science. So I quit, then moved into IT. Then IT, that's when you start doing your web development and other stuffs, right? So I started learning your HTML, CSS, 3, and then JavaScript, and then from JavaScript to Java and PHP and VB. And then, that's how I got into front end and back end.
That's great.
And then SQL. I was good in SQL. I think it's...
So speaking about quitting, and it's something actually, I won't say I quit, or it's something that I was trying to run away from. So you mentioned about physics and maths and all that, but now in these modern technologies, you'd find out that those subjects or mathematics skills are actually needed in the computer programming and all that. So how do you go about that? Do you go back and study those things again, or you just maneuver?
Well, it depends. You see, computer science and IT are totally different, right? I think computer science is deeper, right? In IT, I don't have to develop an operating system or learn about how to do that. You understand? It's you do more about business software and stuff. So you don't need to be an A+ mathematics student, right?
It's your application
level, yes. Because remember, another thing, okay, when I joined, the reason that I moved again into IT is that they were teaching game programming with Python. But in my semester, when I was supposed to take Python, they changed into Java, Java mobile development. So I never did that. So, but I enjoyed Java development. That was back in 2014 when I did that. So
So in 2014, I was actually starting to know about programming. So I used to build robots using cans and all that, and just combine a lot of remotes and control it. You find that there's a box that has 10 or 5 remotes and control a lot of it until I was introduced to programming. So it's you've been in the game for quite some time.
Actually, longer than that, because I come from a family of developers. Right, almost everyone in my family knows how to. I think they've been coding for more than 20 years. But we don't help each other. We don't even share information. It's like we are competing. But our parents, I think they are going through a burnout stage. So they just watch us thrive.
So they wouldn't stay up all night coding?
No. Actually, my uncle just quit coding, moved into psychology. Yeah, he holds, I think, PhD in computer science. Just left it to study psychology. And
but I'm definitely sure he's gonna need that PhD in the future, especially in this psychology. He might use some, algorithms to help out people and all that.
Yes.
So you have a long history in this field. I just want to talk about text editors. So I would like to know from you, what text editor do you use now? And what did you actually start off with?
Okay, I started off with Notepad++, because when you do see CSS and HTML, you don't need fancy text editors. You need a web browser and your simple text editor and your knowledge, and then you play around with the browser, right? Then I moved from that to Visual Studio 2013. But I'm not a fan of your C# and only VP. I love VP. I don't know why people hate it, but I love it. Right. And then I'm now using Android Studio. But before Android Studio, I used to develop apps with Eclipse.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
Eclipse, because we were taught how to develop with Eclipse. Yes. So, but now I'm using Android Studio. I struggle sometimes with Android Studio because sometimes hangs, and I'm impatient. Yeah, I'm impatient.
And it eats your RAM. And it eats your
Yes,
RAM.
a lot.
So, what's your journey been like this far in software development? I mean, we've heard about your studies.
Yes.
So, how many hackathons have you attended? And so
Well, okay. Let's say with the journey. When I was doing my third year, I then started my own business, just web development business and stuff. Started trying games and stuff, but games take longer. So web development, get clients and okay. I think my business failed 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. Now there's again something that I would want to advise youngsters when they start their own businesses, right? Because from hackathon you want to start your business out of your tech, right? You need to learn more about techs as well. You understand? Because that's one of the mistakes that I do. You end up starts closing all your accounts or freezing your accounts. I've experienced that. You understand? So because we didn't have knowledge about that other sector, the business side of it. Yes. So and then this is my third TED hack. I think I want to give an advice because something that I noticed. I remember my first TED hack when Alicia invited me. I did something that was more like a crime prevention app, right? I did that. So I was the only one who was doing that, but within my app, I was not going to generate any income. I remember the theme was digitizing townships, right? So I looked at the townships that I grew up from. So it was not more about making profit, but about solving real problems, right? I did that. That was in 2018. Then last year I did something cool, the coolest one. Something cool that I've ever done.
And then this year's the cherry on top.
Yes, but then in 2018 I was working alone. So it's strenuous when you work alone, right? Then last year I brought 2 of my friends. One is an electronics specialist. One is just a business analyst, a lady. Cool friends of mine, right? Then we did that app, and then we won a prize, a Simwood prize. Oh, we were excited.
A lady's involved, eh? A lady's involved.
Yeah, it was a threesome.
Awesome.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and now you're at your third hackathon. So
Yes. So the advice that I want to give is that because I noticed last year, now everyone was doing apps that were solving crime or gender-based. So, like more people are solving similar problem. And then I looked when all of us focus on one problem, there are many sectors that need technology, right? So we abandon others and then we focus on that. So I was looking at the top 10 last year. I was like, okay, they are solving common problem differently, but the solutions were almost the same, right? So I want to advise people to think beyond the hackathon. Right? You understand? Don't develop just because you want to do it cooler than the next person so you can win the prize. Think beyond that, and just don't go where it's overcrowded, because where it's overcrowded, the opportunities are slim. So look at other sectors. Like we have so many sectors that need our skills. You understand? So that's the advice I want to give those who are new into the hackathons. I'm not saying I'm an expert. An expert will come and sit here in a few moments, I'm sure.
Okay. I have one question regarding to the CSS. The C# and C++ and all that.
Okay.
So it seems like most of the students now, when they are studying coding or learning coding, they are introduced to C++, to C sharp and all that. So what would you advise someone saying, hey, even though it's not what you want, but it's a skill that you might need in the future and all that?
Oh, okay. Well, the advice I would give is that with C++, let's say with C++, which is the most difficult language. Well, but I know, trust me, I think that's the most difficult language to learn, right? I would say take it easy. But if you skip a day without coding, it's like you're taking 3 steps back, because you have to keep coding every day, make mistakes every day. If you take a break,
You lose that.
yeah,
growth.
yes. So don't take a break. Code at least 2, 3, 4, 5 lines a day, yes, and then that's how you learn, and it becomes a norm, and then you start gelling into it smoothly. Yes. I have another advice because remember I'm coming from
Advisor.
I'm coming from I learned proper coding from school, but I see that schools are lagging behind because what I've learned in hackathons, it's like I was playing. Like I look at my second year, say maybe app, right? It's work when I look at what 15-year-olds are building here, like Spheres or Bruce. That when I first met him, if you know him, when I first met him, I felt smaller than him. You understand? Because he was doing something that I couldn't even do. You understand? But then I noticed that because if you check, like I'm sometimes giving advice to third-year students about their final year projects, right? So I noticed at those projects that they still give, they are not needed, like the skills that they gain from that, they're not needed outside. Because I have clients that come and say, okay, we need a certain software to solve this problem. And then I look at what I was doing in my third year, second year. It's not necessarily, it's like basics. So I think tertiary institutions, they need to pick up their socks. Yeah, because hackathons are leading. Yeah.
Yeah, once again emphasizing the great opportunity that participants have today, both in learning new things and getting that exposure. Yeah.
Yes.
So George, thank you so much
Thanks for
joining us. Yeah, it was great having this brief chat with you.
Okay, thanks.
No, awesome.
Yeah, Mr. Advisor.
No, zero cool. Crash
Oh yeah,
override.
zero cool. Okay.
So up next, we have the team at Vidley IT. They'll be joining us remotely. But first, we're going to have a short break.
And your love with only beauty, but there's danger in the shade. I have venomous intentions, I have poisonous intent to pollute what makes you happy. So I self-arrange the same. So keep me safe from your love lies. I'm afraid of those sweet eyes. Keep me clear of those sweet words and sweet hands and sweet promises. I'm on fire from within. With each touch that we begin to crumble into sin. And now
Awesome stuff.
Yellow, again, we are back.
Great. And as we mentioned, we have the team at Vidley IT joining us now. So yeah, these are some really great ladies in the tech community. They're doing big things. And yeah, hi Christine, hello Carol, hello Naomi. How are you guys doing?
Hi, good and you? We
Awesome.
are doing fine.
Remonade, ladies bantombazana. How is the weather fine there? Is it cold? Is it is it hot? Now I can see you guys are yellowing, representing.
Yay! Yes.
Ladies Matombazana. Woo woo!
Awesome stuff. Yeah, good job on the memes also, guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into it. So obviously this isn't your first hackathon. We know you guys from the local hackathon scene. So just to start off, I want to know what was your first hackathon like? Um, yeah, and what advice can you give to other first time female hackers?
Our first hackathon was crazy. The three of us actually worked on one presentation together on one laptop. That was what we did for our first hackathon. We didn't understand what's going on. We didn't understand what hackathons are. So the three of us all joined together for the first time. And yeah, I guess the presentation was what we did. No coding, nothing else. And the advice that I can give is definitely not to give up. I remember there was a time that we actually struggled when we started learning how to code. We struggled. At some point, Carol didn't have a laptop, and she also had to go borrow a laptop. And we just decided, hey, apart from doing presentations with other hackathons, let's start learning how to code so that we can start building applications that fits the way we want to do it without having other people helping constantly and not having an input on how the code looks and how everything looks. So yeah, that's it.
Awesome. So since it was your first hackathon and a lot of you guys were eager to learn and all that. So how was it? How was the experience when you guys came to a hackathon? I mean, like you just came to a building and they were talking about hacking and all that. I'm sure you guys didn't think about hacking the banks and other stuff and all that. How was your first experience? Because you know when you go to a new place and you see new people who are doing different things and all that, it's quite difficult. You might be shy and all that. Were you guys on that shyness system?
So it was we luckily when we went to our first hackathon, it was me and Naomi. So for us it was a bit chill, but then we met Carol and we all just like got along right then and there. So I would say that it was definitely in the beginning we did think we are going to be hacking and stuff. We didn't think we are going to be coming up with solutions. We didn't like understand what hackathons are about. And yeah, we've definitely learned a lot through hackathons. We're always trying to play around with new technologies each and every hackathon that we go for. And we're just always trying to grow our skills. But it was very intimidating to see all the smart geeks around. That was intimidating.
It was very overwhelming.
Yeah. No. On that note, Carol. So, on the flip side, what would you say you wish you did differently at your first hackathon? Yeah, perhaps speaking to mentors more, or just speaking to other participants. Is there anything that you wish you had done differently at your first hackathon?
So for my first hackathon, I honestly didn't know what a hackathon was. So I had no idea of what was happening. And when I got there, there was a bunch of geeks. It was very overwhelming. So I wish I knew what a hackathon is, and then I get there prepped up so I could speak to mentors and come up with solutions and yeah, work better as a team, knowing what to do.
Okay, and since now you're speaking about that, what was the most valuable advice that you guys received at the hackathon?
I think I remember one of the people participating in the hackathons was telling us not to feel intimidated by other people. They said we shouldn't feel intimidated by other people, and that we should be open to solving ideas. Because when we went there, I'm a very think out of the box type of person. So when I went there, not knowing how to code, I thought what am I going to do here? But then the advice that I got is that the IT space, the IT community needs to code, but can think of solutions for other people to build. So I think that was one great advice I received, just to show us that there's space for everyone in the community. It doesn't matter what background you have. As long as you can do something, there's space.
Okay. So what exactly gave you the drive to attend your first hackathon? Did someone tell you about it? Did somebody invite you? And what actually motivated you to say, let me actually do this, even though I may not be an expert?
Okay, so on my side, I was invited. A girl named Yolanda Mabusela. What motivated me is that I wanted to learn more about technology and come up with solutions. So that's what motivated me to attend my first hackathon.
With us, we were doing a course in end user computing last year, and one of our teachers, Diniko, he was telling us he had been in the hackathon scene for quite a while, and he was just like telling us about it, and he noticed that we were interested, and he's like, okay guys, I want you to come to a hackathon. There's one coming up this weekend, and if you like it, you can take it from there. And we started enjoying it, and we started liking it, and we wanted to learn more about it.
Awesome. So, speaking about teachers and all that, I've noticed that you guys are actually teachers, and you teach students and all that. And from the journey that you guys been through up until now, is technology coming in handy when you guys are doing your lessons with the students, or what's up? What's happening on that line?
Yeah, definitely. We did practicals about 2 weeks ago, and we realized how tech educated the students are. So, seeing that students are very educated, if you don't know anything about it, it's kind of challenging. But when you do know things about it and you know how to add on to what they know, it becomes very interesting for them. I know there was a kid who barely spoke to me the first day I got there, but as soon as I started talking about coding, he literally became my best friend. He would constantly come to us and ask, do you guys have any coding books I can borrow? Do you have anything I can read, and so forth? So I feel like in the learning environment with children, it's very good to motivate them to code and to use technology to come up with solutions for their school and for their communities, because some students were struggling with certain things, but as soon as you involve tech in the educational system, they got interested, and I actually started seeing some students improve with it and improve with their marks and grades. There's actually a kid who texted Christine recently, and before we went there, she got 30% for maths. But after we left, she texted Christine and showed her report saying she got 60%, just because she was eager to learn, and she saw how eager we were to learn about things that can be very, very challenging. So she was eager to learn more, and she learned more about her mathematics, and now we're learning more about our tech. So yeah, I say yeah, and teaching.
Okay. No, great. So you've spoken about using technology in the educational industry, and I've come to understand that you guys are actually building solutions within the agricultural industry. So tell us a bit about Vidley IT. Yeah, can you just give us a brief intro as to what you guys are doing there?
Okay, let me take it. So Vidley IT is a tech company which aims to simplify solutions for companies. So our first major project was AgriCode, which we started in February, I think, at a hackathon. And the motivation behind AgriCode was the fact that our father works as in the community development section, and they're always going to different rural areas, helping people and teaching them like basic skills and providing them with seeds so that they can like start a farm, so they can start a business. And we were thinking of how we could make that easier for them, for their company. That's when we came up with AgriCode. So AgriCode is a smart farming solution which aims to simplify farming and give farmers the power of agri-tech and technology. And so we are hardware and software IoT based company. And yeah, currently we're looking at how we can get it up and running and how everything we can take it to the market.
Awesome. So since you guys and also Gabriel mentioned about your guys' company and all that, so we've noticed that from the three of you guys, only one is studied IT, and you guys didn't actually study IT. So within the period of you guys at the first hackathon up until now, and you guys managed to start your own company, and now it's actually up there. What would you advise females out there and or someone out there starting their own business and they actually don't know what to do? What would you guys advise someone like you guys, when starting a business?
Like I said, there's always a place for everything. I think it was, what was the guy that just left? Yeah, the guy that just left said that when he started, he had SARS, he owed SARS money and so forth, that because he didn't know anything about that section. And with us, Christine's the one who knows all the accounting concepts and everything. And then I put together the business side of things and how to make things user-friendly to the farmers and everything, while the others do the code. But we're slowly also learning how to code. So one advice I definitely give is, if you're passionate about something and you really want to do something, go for it. Don't wait because you can't do it. There's always people out there who can help you out and who will be able to do what you can't do, and you can learn from them and take it from there.
And the tech community is very welcoming. Like, I feel like we've learned a lot because of the tech community, and that's how we are growing our skills and stuff.
Okay, great. So just to wrap up, in one sentence, can you give us just a one-liner, some advice, some words of encouragement for the female hackers participating in the TADHack?
Don't feel intimidated. You got this.
You can do it.
You got this.
World.
Our playground. Yes.
Awesome stuff. Thank you guys so much for making the time and for joining us. Great.
Thank you.
Awesome stuff.
Oh, that was amazing.
So, so up next, we have. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Introducing MTN Momo when you need.
10 rand airtime.
But first you must negotiate.
12 rand.
Yes, my friend. But make it 11.50.
12 rand. Take it or leave it.
But 11.50 is a good price, no?
Hey, stop your game.
Aye, man, come on.
No, customer. Uzoba ne headache. Just Momo it. Dial star 120 star 151 hash to get the airtime you pay for. Ava.
Great stuff. So up here we have the champ. We have last year's winner from the TADHack. So we're really lucky to be joined by Tumelo Baloy. So Tumelo, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me here.
Awesome stuff. So just give us a quick brief intro as to what you do. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Tumelo Baloy. I'm a full stack software engineer, and I do a bit of hardware and a bit of ethical pen testing.
Okay.
So that's what I do.
No, great. So, we know you quite well from the hackathon scene. All your podium finishes, last year's TADHack. But can you tell us a bit about what your first hackathon was like?
My first hackathon, I was still in matric. I was alone and I won. It was at Ekurhuleni.
You won your first hackathon.
Yes.
Wow.
So what we did there was a city forecasting system. Before the hype for AI was there, we were already analyzing big data and giving them predictions like how many trucks they would need to collect that garbage from that street, how many trucks, how many people they would need to actually clean up that area. So that's the type of project I did.
I see.
Awesome. So, from that hackathon, what motivated you to keep going and attending hackathons?
I won't lie, the money is good. It's quite good, but it was more of the challenges they give at hackathons. They're in tune with what you're currently learning, what you're currently doing. So I sort of took it upon myself to actually learn new skills as I progress through hackathons and actually collecting bounty for any business that I want to start. So that was the clear motivation behind me doing hackathons. Yes.
Okay. So now I know you've won your very first hackathon, but I must ask, if you could do something differently within your first hackathon, what would you do differently?
Nothing, eh?
Nothing.
Yeah. I mean, the more chaotic it is, the better. Because hackathons is not about perfection, to be honest. It's more of how you are able to conceptualize that idea you've created on the very first day. Because I don't normally code on the first day. I code on the second day of the hackathon. Because I want to understand exactly what I'm doing and yes.
I see. And so far, how many, since matric, how many hackathons have you attended?
About 70.
70?
Yeah.
Jewels. That's a lot.
70.
70?
Yeah, I do a lot of hackathons online.
70, including online. That's a lot. Okay, so since now you won 70 hackathons and TADHack is one of them. And how did you guys manage to structure your idea throughout the weekend, and what did you learn from TADHack, the previous hackathon?
It's all about solving primarily the issues the main sponsors have for me and my team. Is we look at exactly what they're having problems with, and we hack on that based on the rules that they've given when we entered the hackathon.
So the use of sponsors' tools, you guys are actually using them to solve problems?
Yeah, we use the sponsors' tool to solve their own problems.
Interesting.
Yes.
Oh, okay, great. So yeah, we know you've won many hackathons. So, of all people, those people sitting here, or those tuning in virtually, you are probably the most qualified to tell us what the winning recipe is. So what advice can you give the participants? What would you say is the winning recipe for a hackathon?
Don't be fancy.
Don't be fancy.
Don't be fancy. Like things like ML and S, they are cool and stuff. But if you've never played around with it, stay away. Don't be fancy. Just rather, it's gonna give you trouble. But the hackathon, the main thing was to learn. So you get to learn, but I suggest you learn apart from the project. So have your project structured in a similar way while you are learning all the other stuff that you've never really used.
Okay, so since now there's this other thing that happened, but I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say this, but it's a motivation. So throughout the years of you attending hackathons, there was a saying that I won't attend hackathon because of Tumelo is there, and someone said no, I'll attend hackathons because Tumelo is actually motivating me to work hard, to actually make sure that next hackathon I am the one, winning or maybe growing my skills and all that. What would you advise those two individuals?
Firstly, not attending because I'm attending is how are you going to learn if you don't attend that hackathon? Secondly, for the ones that want to learn, in hackathons, we always sit around in groups, we play games. We don't do a lot of coding though, but that coding that happens is you get to learn characters. I don't quite learn programming from people. Instead, I learn different characters of to see, okay, if I work with this one, how are we gonna work as a team? Hence, sometimes I work alone because I see, okay, it's an incompatible fit with the type of idea that is there. But if you have issues, if you have this, you are more than welcome. Like even on the Slack channel, like I had people messaging all night. We talk, we fix, and then yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so we like to, nearing the end of the session, we like to give a bit of advice for the participants. So what would you say would be the key advice that you can give to participants?
It's not a hackathon project. It's your next big business idea. I think if we have that vision, we can actually go somewhere. Because now we're doing hackathons until when? When are we actually going to go take that thing from concept stage into an actual viable business? Because now you use hackathons to fund that, so you don't really need a VC for the first year or two. So now, when are we actually going to take those products we built for these hackathons out there? So most of the hackathon projects I did, I can't mention the companies, but they are being used somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, they're being used somewhere. So it's more of, don't think of it as I just want to win a prize. It should be more of, what am I going to do with what I've built? I mean, spending the entire weekend not sleeping and not actually use that thing in the real world, it's just gonna drain you emotionally, and and people are gonna start doubting exactly what you do.
Okay, awesome. No, I understand. So on that note, I thank you, Tumelo, so much for joining us once again.
No problem.
And happy hacking. So have you been up the whole night?
No.
Yeah.
I don't code on the first day. I only started today in the morning.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, so if you're tired, perhaps it's worth taking Tumelo's advice. Brainstorm your idea on the first day, make some time to code, make sure you know what you actually want to do. And it's not just about the hackathon, you want to have your solution continue afterwards. Thank you so much, Tumelo, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And good luck.
Okay. So guys, okay guys, we are welcome back, and Rito Jamba to overseas. We are crossing over to overseas with our global sponsors, Simwood.
Awesome. So very thank you to Simwood, and on the line now we have all the way from the UK, we have Fraser. So thank you so much for joining us.
Hi guys, nice to see you. Thanks for having me back.
Awesome, man.
Awesome stuff. So tell us a little bit about Simwood's role in the hackathon, and what would you like to see in some of the solutions, particularly for those participants who are using the Simwood APIs.
Okay, this year is the first year we're actually doing it a little bit different. Last year was our first ever participation in TADHack, and we came to Johannesburg and we saw how you guys do it properly. So this year we're doing it virtually, and we don't have the same level of signups as Johannesburg, but we're pushing a new API this year. So we have our hosted PBX, and we would like people to use our platform to do some clever hacks, maybe using the API, using things like call recording, IVRs, music on hold, all the things you'd expect from a hosted PBX service. We want to see people taking advantage of that and somehow incorporating that cleverly in their hacks.
No, that's great. And I actually do remember, your help last year at the TADHack. So, this year for those new participants, the new TAD hackers, what advice could you give them to get started with Simwood?
From a get started point of view, I think the best thing they could do first is watch the resources video that I think Alan from TADHack streamed onto YouTube. So that details how to get started, how to have an account with us, where to find the API documentation, things like that. Perhaps secondly, you might then join the Simwood Slack channel for any support and onboarding and questions you might have about getting started. But the first step would really be to create an account, and you can do that by looking at the resources. It gives all the instructions.
No, great. And for those new participants, or for those who haven't used Simwood, once again, the website is TADHackZA.hackerearth.com. So when you're on that website, you can go to our global sponsors and you can find resources for Simwood. And I believe Simwood is also on Slack, so if you do need some help, you guys can get assistance in that regard. So are there any particular solutions you hope to see using the Simwood APIs this weekend?
Well, it has SMS and it has telephony, and then it has all of the features and functions around that. So last year we saw some really innovative things coming out of South Africa, where people were focusing on solving problems in their local communities. One of the best hacks I can remember from seeing last year was people organizing subscription services for medication so that they could get medication to and from. So anything like that thinks about real world problems, encompassing telephony, SMS, and the functions around it, I think would go a long way.
Okay, awesome, and thank you so much. So what's happening at the UK? How is the TADHack that side?
Everything we're doing this year is virtually, so we don't have anyone in an office doing a presence that way. We've got a handful of people hacking from their own homes, and everyone using our video bridge that we've put up. So we've got a meet.simwood.com/TADHackUK channel, which people are using as a hangout. They're coming and going and dropping in to say hello and talking about what they're trying to do. But it's very, very low key compared to your guys.
Oh, okay.
Awesome stuff. Well, we would just like to thank you here from, the TADHack, the MTN HQ from TADHack South Africa. We really appreciate Simwood's input, as well as that of our global sponsors. So thank you so much, Fraser from Simwood. And up next, we'll be going to our global sponsor in Sri Lanka. So we're just going to have a quick break, but stay tuned.
Introducing MTN Momo when you need.
10 Rand airtime.
But first you must negotiate.
12 Rand.
Yes, my friend, but make it 11.50.
12 Rand. Take it or leave it.
But 11.50 is a good price, no?
Hey, stop your game.
Aye, man, come on.
No, customer. Uzoba ne headache. Just Momo it. Dial *120 *151 hash to get the airtime you pay for. Ava.
Awesome stuff. So I just need to backtrack. I made a mistake. So up next we'll be joined by the guys in Sri Lanka, and we'll particularly be joined by Roshni, who will be telling us a little bit about what's happening in TADHack Sri Lanka. So Roshni, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Rija. Sorry. So I actually have my whole team here. I'm not sure. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, so we have a small team here all gathered because this is the first time we are doing it online actually. So we've joined. We've been part of TADHack, I think, from the beginning, from 2014. And then so it's been always a physical event, so this is like a bit of a different situation for us. So we've we have we don't know actually the numbers also like hacking as yet, so we are waiting to see this evening we are going to have a round of practice pictures, and so that we can actually kind of mentor the teams, and then also we'll have kind of an interactive session for about an hour in the evening. I think the team has planned some kind of quiz and stuff, so it's quite exciting. So we have the teams coming in and asking questions and stuff like that, and we know that they're also using the global sponsor APIs. They also have they will be also using our APIs, which is on one of our deployments here in Sri Lanka with IdeaMart. So so we are looking forward to all of this. I think we are a couple of hours away from all of this happening. We're trying to keep them going all the way till around 10 p.m. So a lot of things are lined up starting a couple of hours from now.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
No, that's really great. It's great to see exactly what's happening in the global TADHack community. And on your side, what are some of the interesting things you've seen thus far that's happening, in TADHack Sri Lanka?
Is there anything from the team that you'd like to add?
Pardon?
And I'm just asking the question to the team to see whether they have been very much involved in it and been talking with the team. So we've seen some interesting things coming with Bitcoin. Some of the teams have sent across their ideas to us, concept videos, so that we had a look at it. In fact, we were just running through it again to see what's there. So there were a couple of interesting things that were coming around along the lines of Bitcoin. Then
IoT also.
AI, IoT. Yeah. So. And they have managed to mash up with the global sponsor APIs. In fact, there's one team I was told that they're using all of the resources, which is interesting. We've not yet had a look at it, so it will be interesting to see how they've actually mashed up all of it.
Okay, no, that's really great. So I'm taking a look at this the feed of our call, and I see there are quite a few female geeks in the crowd. So it's really good to see a lot of female coders who are partaking. So yeah, how many female geeks are actually participating over in Sri Lanka?
14. Okay. So I think we have more than 50% of the teams actually. I mean, the overall registrants who are females. Yeah, I think we know that there are only female teams. There are 4 apparently. So that, yeah. So I think that's out of about we had about, I think, 50 teams registering in Sri Lanka, or I'm not sure, maybe around that. And so and a lot of teams have a lot of females, and then but there are these female only teams as well.
Okay, no, that's really great. So Roshni, thank you so much for making this time, and special thanks to the guys who are also in the call. We really appreciate connecting with you guys and to actually see that this the TADHack hackathon is taking place globally. And good luck for those who are participating over in that side. Good luck and all the best.
Thank you very much for connecting us.
Awesome. Great. Awesome stuff. So there you have it. So what we would like to do now is we would just like to take some time once again to remind you guys of the schedule. So later today we'll have a Code Blues session. So that's an opportunity for you guys to tell us what's bugging you about your code. We don't want the bugs to bug you. So please do make that time to ask for help and whatnot. And then on Sunday, just a reminder once again, guys, final submissions. Your project should be ready by 8:30 or by 8 o'clock on Sunday, guys. And just a reminder, when it comes to submission, so what you guys can do is you can actually go onto Hacker Earth right now and begin your submission, right? So that when the time comes, all you need to do is edit and add your most recent updates so that you can make it in time. Because remember, we are chasing the clock here. Yeah. So once again, that's Hacker Earth. all of that jazz is happening on Hacker Earth. The link is TADHackZA.hackerearth.com.
Awesome. Cool. So we also have judging criteria. So you guys could go through the judging criteria so that you make sure that your ideas are actually covering this aspect right here. You know, your impact, the resourcefulness, and also user centricity and also simplicity. And also make sure that you guys follow the instructions also. And if you guys need help, just post on Slack. We are here to help you guys.
Great stuff. And we do have a little surprise. So we've been told that there's someone's celebrating their birthday during this hackathon. So we just wanted to give a birthday shout out to Pete Mahlangu. So Pete, we really hope you're enjoying your birthday, even though you're hacking away. But yeah, Pete, we would just like to wish you, a happy birthday. Maybe we'll sing for you later.
Maybe we can sing now.
Yeah,
just
maybe.
a few 1 minute singing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
You guys can wish him in the chat.
Happy birthday to Mahlangu. Happy birthday to you. You must code with passion to enjoy your birthday. You must make sure that you code and enjoy your birthday. Hip hip!
Hooray! Yeah, that was good. That was really nice, Skinny. Awesome stuff. And then just to wrap up, guys, a final reminder: the hashtag on the socials are hashtag TADHackZA. Thank you, guys, and this is the Midday Update.
Introducing MTN Momo when you need.
10 rand airtime.
But first you must negotiate.
12 rand.
Yes, my friend, but make it 11.50.
12 rand. Take it or leave it.
But 11.50 is a good price, no?
Hey, stop your game.
Aye, man, come on.
No, customer. Uzoba ne headache. Just Momo it. Dial *120 *151 hash to get the airtime you pay for. Ava. Galang.